Welcome to the podcast. Ang ating episode ngayon ay napaka-special dahil siguro ito yung isa siya sa mga least na expected nyo na mapupunta dito sa podcast. In fact, baka nga hindi nyo pa siya kilala dahil yung mga fans ko mga MLBB fans eh. So, we need some introduction this time. Welcome to the show, Hazel Calawod. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yes, you did, Wolf. Thank you for having me here.
Alright, so by the way, you can loosen up alam mo,
Okay.
you are the most well-dressed. Ano bang tamang term sa tamang makeup na ganun or like well-presented. Ayun.
Uh-huh.
Ikaw ang you are the best dressed and well-styled yan, na guest dito. So you can loosen up. Napaka-casual nitong
Okay.
podcast natin. So,
Okay.
baka kasi nape-pressure ka sa sa mga podcast setup. Hindi to. This is unlike the most podcast setups or podcast that you've heard. Kasi
Okay.
ito.
Relax mode on.
Yeah. All right. So maybe you're wondering, sino ba si Hazel at bakit kami magkakilala and why are we friends, di ba? Yan. Actually, let's introduce you first. Ano bang tamang introduction dito? Apart from being a multi-gold medal winner coach for our Olympic team. Yan. Totoo yan, guys, by the way. Baka inisip nyo, joke ko kayo. Pero yes. Yeah, how do you describe it?
Okay. As a professional,
Yun.
I'm an occupational therapist and a sports and lifestyle coach. Yun. So, what I do is basically I analyze the person, the environment, as well as the tasks that person needs to do. And then I make a plan para pagalingin pa siya. Yan.
Okay. And this applies to almost anything no? Parang,
Yes.
hindi kasi, syempre, maganda napakagandang example yung Olympic gold medals na naipanalo natin with her. Pero kasi, may mga times na in-apply mo siya on other things. That's where we met actually, guys. Back in year of our Lord, 2017?
I think so.
Yeah, 2017. So, merong mga... Was it Benson, Ted?
Yes.
Alright. So, si Benson, isa siya sa mga... I think siya, noong time na yun, ay talent manager ng mga Mineski talents. Mineski talents po, mga kaibigan ng mga time na yun, mga Dota, Counter-Strike, and League of Legends. And we are... bagitos lahat talaga kasi. 2017 so that's like rising pa lang. So that was me, Manjin, si Vill, nandun, Riku, Asurai, Tayrawr, do you remember Tayrawr? Yeah. Aki, I think. Butters was there. Remember Butters? Yan. So, lahat kami ay tinrain po ni Hazel. Yung team niya nun, yung other team, you were called
Neurobalance therapy.
Neurobalance, yeah.
I was with my business partner, Andrew, who took care of our RQ.
Yes! So, shoutouts kay Andrew, also a very good friend of ours. Malayo na din ang nabot ngayon at bumalik niya sa Australia. Yeah. So, nung pagdating kasi, parang nung 2017, unknown at unexplored pa yung idea na may coaching ang talents. So imagine, from Olympic gold medalist, tapos biglang Mineski talents. Ganun katindi. And hindi lang doon, your expertise went to actually Bren Esports. Yan. And there was another team, Naos.
Now, Esports
So,
Valorant.
Yung Valorant team mismo.
So, Bren before.
Players, talents,
And
athletes.
yeah.
Meron ba bang mga ibang yung expertise?
Athletes as well as mga corporate workers kasi like you have to help them be optimized while at work, prevent burnout, which is very evident in esports.
Yan. So, sobrang cool kasi ngayon ko lang nalaman yung word na occupational therapy. Like literally, maybe less than an hour ago, guys. Doon ko lang fully nag-grasp yung meaning na occupational therapy. So, yun yung main na, I guess yun yung main umbrella of what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
Occupational therapy, which is, in layman's term, pagalingin ng isang tao ng maximum performance niya sa kung ano yung expertise niya.
Yeah. Kung ano yung profession, ano yung occupation niya. So, example, bata. The child needs to play. The child needs to go to school. We're going to analyze kung paano pa siya pagalingin dun. Pag, ano naman,
Cool.
pag sa esports player, a-analyze yung brain functions niya, yung mga attention span niya,
Oh
mga
my
reflexes, ano po yung lifestyle niya, tapos pagalingin siya dun. Yun. So, depende. Depende sa occupation.
I can't wait to ask questions about that. We'll hold on to that later. Pero yun, so basically, yung ginawa mo sa amin is technically sa occupation namin nun, which is casters or talents, ay parang yun yung in-improve niya. Alam mo, Hazel, up until now, people have always been commending, for lack of a better term, ang aking pananamit. And you probably don't know this, guys, pero yung team nila, Hazel herself and si Andrew, sila yung dahilan bakit ako natuto manamit. You did actually. I remember kasi pag ini-explain ko to, Hazel, sa iba, lagi silang di naniniwala talaga. There was a time when you zoomed in sa iris.
Oh, yeah. Naalala ko.
Eto legit to, guys. As in, pinicturean yung mata namin ng pinaka-clear.
Oo.
Zoom in, and then naghanap sila ng mga pigments that apparently is scientifically
Parang,
bagay siya sa'yo.
yes.
Can you expound this? Kasi pag ako nag-explain, ayaw maniwala ng mga tao eh. So, what was the science behind it?
Kasi, I used to be a commercial model. Right?
Okay.
So sa
Hindi pa pala natin na pag-usapan yun, pero sige.
sa profession ko na yon, 'di ba, kailangan when you're in front of the camera, may mga bagay na mga colors sa skin tone mo, sa iris mo.
Yeah.
So, yung tinuro ko sa inyo when we did the workshop, it was also coming from that experience and the book that I read that actually Hollywood actors, Hollywood stylists use. Even Koreans now, they use it. Like when you go to Korea and then you get your colors analyzed. That was the primary version, by the way.
Oh, grabe. 2017 pa yun. Technology na yun. Nagawa na sa amin yun.
Yeah. So we told them, it's like, okay, if you're going to be a professional caster, you're going to be facing the camera. What does that mean? You have to look good. You have to put makeup on. You have to present with energy. And then tinuruan namin sila Wolf ng color theory. Na parang, okay, ano yung bagay na color sa skin tone mo? Sa iris mo? So, yun, nagamit niya.
Yeah. So, mine was, noong time na yun, dalawa yung binigay sa akin, which was brown and mid. Specifically, this shade of dark blue na parang noong time na yun, first time ko marinig yung midnight blue na color. So, anything blue, sabi niyo naman, anything blue will work sa skin tone ko, which yun na yung una ko mga pinili. And then, the first suit na ginawa kong bespoke is actually midnight blue. Wow. Up until now, I still use it. So, yun. And then, kung papansinin ng mga viewers, so dami ako mga brownish, mga tan, mga yun. Kasi, dun sa binigay niyo.
Naging branding mo na siya.
Exactly. So, yun. Laking bagay. Apart from the suit, tinuruan kami mag-makeup. There was a video before na kami. Namili kami ni Butters na makeup. Remember this?
Naalala ko yun, tapos sinend nyo sa amin.
Yeah, kasi...
Tapos tungtuwa kami.
Kasi sobrang bano namin ni Butters. Tinanong namin sa Watsons, 10 yung makeup na panglalaki. Apparently, wala palang... It does not exist pala. Same... Skin tone lang pala yung nag-iba. So, yan. That was one. Then you analyze also yung shape nung face. Kung
anong bagay na haircut. Lahat. Like, gumawa kami ng personal branding para sa kanila. Also taught you guys, okay, you also need to take care of your posture. Kasi you're gonna be in front of the camera. So, nagka-postural analysis din sila.
Yes, that's right. Tinuro kami na proper stretching nung mga time na yun. Naalala ko, everybody, there was even one time that parang may hinawakan kayo sa hamstring to be able to tell if the posture is that bad, kung how intense it was. And I remember one caster, parang isang hawak nyo lang,
Alam na.
talagang nag-shoot up yung pain because of the, parang mangiyak-ngiyak kasi may hinawakan lang kayong, ewan ko, muscle ba yung nerve or something? So you still do that kind of stuff ngayon?
Now, hindi. Nasa management role na ako.
Sure. Pero for the longest time yan. When you said nag-model ka before, and this is I'm aware of, apart from that, I also learned na, athlete din, like actual competition. You were climbing, you were weightlifting, tama ba?
I did martial arts, rock climbing, softball, swimming, a bit of shooting, a bit of horseback riding for polo training. So, mahilig talaga ako sa sports.
Wow.
Tsaka swimming. Laking sports talaga
Oh
ako.
my God.
Pati e-sports actually.
But diba, biglang e-sports. After
Pati Mobile Legends.
Up until now, still play Mobile Legends.
Recently, wala. Pero napapaisip akong bumalik kasi mahilig ako mag-Mobile Legends dati.
Oh, of course, dude. Oh, di ka na maubusan ng kakampi dahil nandito namin. Magkakapit bahay pa tayo dito. It's interesting kasi I believe na at lahat ng tong mga na-experience mo sa sports, directly na-apply mo pa sa work mo ngayon. Like, specifically with, in terms of like competition, and your tag sa Instagram is Mind Coach Hazel. Now, we already talked about occupational therapy, which kind of encompasses it all. Pero bakit, out of all the titles that you could have picked, you're a model, you're a weightlifter, you're an athlete, you're a occupational therapist, you're also a physical therapist. You also do, by the way, inayos niya yung sciatic nerve ko, actually.
Yung sciatica.
Sciatica pala, sorry. Nagkaroon ako ng sciatica. Na-develop ko siya because of very bad practices.
Too much of sitting, guys. Too much of sitting.
Exactly. She fixed it. And up until now, di ko pa na-feel yung spasm na, yung recurring spasm ko na yun. So yeah, out of all of that, bakit Mind Coach Hazel ang pinili mong Instagram tag mo?
Kasi, history, went to Australia, did more studies there, learned about how amazing the brain is and how it governs everything that we do. Our thoughts, emotions, behaviors, planning, everything. And I was so blown away by the fact na parang, oh my gosh, the brain is everything. Yeah. So then I was like, I really wanna keep educating people more about brain science. So hence Mind Coach Hazel.
Yeah, all right. So it's brain science though. How long what kind of experts? Kasi malaking bagay ito. And I would say na this will take like even decades para ma-master, di ba? Parang ganun. So which part of the brain do you tinker with now? Parang ano ba to? Dun sa emotions or like overall ba to? Or like which part of the mind?
Do I tinker with? It will depend on ano yung weaknesses mo. Like ano yung goals mo. So based on your goals and based on kung ano yung current performance mo, usually I'd be able to map out already what type of brain functions, what type of skills your brain need to train para mas ma-optimize mo yung performance mo doon sa kung ano yung kailangan mo. So that can include emotional regulation, especially kung yung may performance anxiety ka, example, stage anxiety.
Yeah.
O kaya, kung example, overthinking, so yung prefrontal cortex, yung mga different parts of, different functions ng brain and related to kung ano yung saan ka medyo kailangan pa ng training, gagawan ng plano from there.
Now that you say this part, parang naisip ko lang din when we want to optimize an athlete o kaya ito sa gamer na din, mas magandang mag-focus sa weakness rather than overloading yung strengths. Parang ganun. Parang instead na i-harness natin lahat ng strength mo. Sabihin natin, this guy is really good at one part pero bad siya at the other. Hindi ba parang mas maganda na parang i-elevate natin tong stronger parts niya. Then, parang ganun.
For sure, kailangan you play by strengths, right? Kasi pagdating sa laro, you usually would gear towards kung ano yung magaling ka with kasi you're competing with someone else, right?
Yes.
But this is the thing. When your brain or when you are in fatigue state na, lalabas yung mga weaknesses mo. So, dapat ma-analyze mo kung andun ka na sa fatigue state mo, yung nagsaslow na yung reflexes mo, yung attention mo, yung concentration mo, bumababa na, you make mistakes na sa judgment mo, sa decision making mo, ganito, ganyan. Most likely, ma-affect yung buong performance mo at siya ng grupo mo. Even your strengths. Magda-doubt ka na, usually magaling ako dito. Ano nangyari?
Wow! Okay. Ganda nito kasi parang theoretically lang namin ito inisip. Parang alam, in a way, inisip namin yan. Part of a coaching stuff din kasi. Pero hindi ko naisip na parang scientifically activated lalo. In that, ang ganda nung term na fatigue state, gagamitin ko na to.
Okay, go. You have the permission.
Fatigue state. Kasi I feel like may taong mas, I guess, mas mataas endurance, I guess.
Yes.
So, and can it also be trained?
Oh, for sure. That's where I'm so good at.
Oh, okay. Ito na. Hire nyo na, guys. Mga next na esports. Kasi, okay. So, for example, etong isang player, parang, really good at everything. Ang kahinaan niya is yung overthinking, which is usually nangyayari sa mga sobrang tatalino ng mga players.
Okay.
So, parang, nagsa-second guess na sila kasi parang either nagiging too careful na sila, nawawala na yung diskarte kasi puro mathematical, puro methodical na yung inisip. At kasi sobrang galing niya, taas ng knowledge niya, and ends up overthinking stuff, ends up being very passive. Parang ganun.
Oh.
So I wonder like, how do you approach yung ganyan klase ng ano? Kunwari, ganyan yung yung pinresenta sa'yo na isang atleta, na parang how do you handle that athlete? So
let's go with data science this time kasi mahilig ako sa data analysis. So kailangan ma-analyze niya kung ano yung mga times na usually na-make siya ng mistake because of the lack of action, right?
Okay.
Hanapin yung frequency. Makikita yung pattern. During these times, bakit nagsiswitch off yung decision-making process ng brain niya? Is it because too much pressure dahil magaling siya? Is it coming from the emotions? Kasi kailangan mong ma-analyze whether it's like, is it the pressure? Kasi alam niyang magaling siya. People depend on this person. So, kailangan tama palagi. But because may extra pressure, may extra cognitive load. That's what the specific term is in
for pressure.
For yung basically like just a layer of you thinking about something. It's called cognitive load. When you read research studies about esports, you will find out that esports players actually like madami silang cognitive load, right? Like cognition means like understanding or like it's a brain process. So, hanapin mo ano yung cause nitong lack of action during the game or during scrims.
Yeah.
Tanungin mo bakit ano yung inisip mo during this time.
Wow, okay.
Right? So, sasabihin ng player kung ano yung thinking process niya during this time.
Yeah.
From the thinking process itself, mapa-find out mo na kung alin doon yung kailangan mong i-intervene with. Right?
And when you preface this as data science, Hazel, so are you telling me na trivial stuff katulad nito na hindi naman talaga hindi siya integers, hindi siya numbers, hindi siya parang kills, hindi siya parang deaths, hindi siya parang score. and which is like thought process siya, kaya pa rin siya ma-quantify into data.
Oh yes. I use that in my profession. It's called cognitive behavioral therapy and dialectical behavioral therapy. So I applied that when I handled Bren Esports, yung 2021 Valorant team na nag-champion Southeast Asia,
Yes.
right? I was helping them analyze what was going on with the dynamics of the team. What was your thinking process? How can you make sure that all your thought processes as a team can be coordinated in the game, right? Because you're one person, that individual has another thinking process. How are we going to coordinate your mind with the other person's mind? So then you make a strategy out of it, make a plan out of it, and you analyze. Okay, ano ba yung functions, strengths, and weaknesses nitong taong to? How does this person, the other one, that's strong in this and can support the person that is weak in this? Is like you make a plan out of that. Because
This is blowing my mind.
at the end of the day, it's a team sport,
Exactly.
right? Unless you're playing solo, but it's hard to coordinate, right? Because it's a team. One person's decision will, will affect
Yeah.
the whole fate of the game.
Yeah.
So how?
Yeah.
That's when you do the deep work. That's where Andrew and I would find out
Yeah.
what's in there, what's happening. Yun.
Curious ako kasi kasi nga, di ba, analyst nga for a team. Kaya, hindi ko pa pala nakwento yun sa'yo, pero analyst ako ngayon para sa Onyx. Data analyst specifically. So, apart from the typical na mga numbers, pick rate, win rate, ganyan, basic na yun eh. We also try to measure yung mga other stuff like what happens in this kind of scenario. Then quantify ko lang, did we win, did we lose in this scenario. Tapos parang tally it up. And then you'll see may patterns na kadalasan dito tayo natatalo sa mga ganitong sitwasyon. Parang ganyan. And in a way, parang ano pa rin yan eh, parang quantifiable, I guess.
Yeah.
But when you're saying na itong mga
Thought
thought
process.
process, so you're telling me, pwede ko rin tong Excel sheet.
I-analyze. Oh, for sure.
Wow! I love it.
I did
Thank
data.
you!
I did data science in MIT.
Wow.
So
The MIT.
yeah.
Massachusetts Institute. Oh, grabe.
So I'm like, after I got a Bible thump by data science, I was like, whoa, this is so life changing. So anything you can track, I think. Especially, it's a very controlled environment,
By the way, you just unlocked
a new. You're welcome!
Thank you. Grabe. Kasi parang, in a way, ginagawa naman namin yun, yung mga thought process na yun. Pero hindi naman talaga nililista. But na you just ask enough times, enough frequency, masasabi ko na ganun. Pero parang more on, tansyahan. Diba? Parang, ang usually ginagawa sa isang pro team, kinikilala yung mga players, magkakaroon ng bonding afterwards. Over the course of time, mas makikilala mo yung mga tao, mas mabibuild mo yung patterns na ginagawa nila. Which then, you can say na, ito yung problema mo, ito yung alam mo i-fix, at ito yung pwede natin ayusin, ganyan. But if you're telling me that I can go in a training session, tatanungin ko lang si player A na parang, ba't mo to ginawa? Lilista ko.
Yung decision-making process mo.
Niya, without any judgment or anything.
Oo.
After the end of the week, malalaman ko na majority of our problems nag-arise because of this kind of decision.
Diba? Data.
Wow! Tapos na kayong lahat. Hire nyo na ako, guys. Gagawin nyo na sa team nyo.
This video is brought to us by TT Racing. I like stats. I like min-maxing. I like efficiency. And if you've been a fan of my analysis, you know that I love it when players make the most of their in-game resources. Like how Dreadnought Armor or Leg Plates is a nice item in Mobile Legends in the early game specifically. And if you're looking for the best bang for your buck, the most efficient usage of your money when getting a gaming chair, there's no question. TT Racing is for you. I've tried it for 2 months now, and I can say that in this price range, it's the best gaming chair when it comes to comfortability and its build quality. On the plus side, you have tons of cool designs that gamers will love, like Marvel, Star Wars, and animation such as Jujutsu Kaisen. There's a selection of different choices for upholstery with top quality neck and lumbar pillows, 4D adjustable armrests that will be perfect for your personalized setup, a full 155-degree recline feature for when the gaming sessions become longer and longer, and locking castors for stable 360 movement, again, designed for your comfort. So if you want the best bang for your buck, TT Racing gaming chairs and ergo chairs are the best for you. And since you've spent time listening to me, we'd give you a little bit of a sweet deal. Use my code WOLF2000 for 2,000 pesos discount on every purchase through the online store. Visit their website now. Thank you so much.
But no, I think this is interesting kasi kayo, and by the way, ang mga esports players, usually impermeable sila sa people like you, for example, that technically outside of
Bakit?
esports.
Science is the best.
Yeah, because we're kids. Ayaw namin, we don't like being told na sciences.
But kids love
says-
science, no?
Not the
Not
kids.
so much.
Di naman.
But
yeah.
how
Pero yeah.
about this? Let me reframe this.
Oo.
If you want to be good at something, if you want to be the best of the best at something, don't you want more knowledge?
Oo. That is one thing na tunuturo. Pero in a way, yeah, gusto naman nila yun. Pero siguro mali din yung pagka-phrase ko. Maybe it's more like mas unahin kong pakinggan ang, kunwari, you're sat beside the pro player
Yes.
na magaling.
Yes.
Mas papakinggan ko pa siya before I listen
Yes.
to you. Parang
Yeah.
ganyan. So, how did
Valid.
you guys get through that when you did, Bren, na nag-champion nga? Naos that also became very successful during your tenure nung time na yun.
Because there were times that they kept losing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do. Even the team doesn't know what to do anymore. Hence, they were more open to more like alternative methods. Diba? Kasi they tried everything. Right? But what they did not understand was there's a science on how the
Yeah.
brain functions, which during that time, I was already a master of.
Yeah.
And just like, like what I learned in Australia, analyzing behavior and how it correlates to your brain functions. It's so easy for me to just observe you, what's happening to your brain.
I see.
Even if your posture is like stooped or like if you're like this. I already know how alert you are. I already know like your blink rate, I can know if you're
Oh my God.
paying attention
Am
or
I paying
not.
attention to you right now?
Yeah. Especially you had coffee as well.
Ayan, isa pa yan. Wow, this is crazy kasi parang it's true naman. Masasabi ko, especially newer players, they're easier to read. Parang ganun. Parang, pero yung kami, mga coaches, what we know is by practice lang. It's not academic, kumbaga, yung pagkakalam namin. So, are you telling me that if I do eventually like go dive deep into this this academia, mas meron akong ma-apply sa aking esports analysis?
Okay, this is how I view it. You're human, you have brain, you have body, you have like all these functions. Every human being has the same function. So your everything has already been studied.
Wow! I never looked at it that way.
That's why it's so
Ang ganda.
That's why it's so easy for me. Because I just look at it from
my
a scientific perspective. So no matter whether it's like a corporate worker, an esports player, an Olympic athlete, everything is the same for me. You're a bunch of formulas that I have read. You know?
Alam mo, dapat may bayad tong episode na to kasi dahil natin natututunan.
Actually.
But thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Like yun na
Hazel.
lang kami.
Yeah.
Salamat.
Ayan na, wow. Okay. So we talked about yung performances nung kanina. Di ba we had this overthinking na inaction type of player. Meron ba, like what does science say about egoistic players? Or when we do egoistic stuff. So bigyan lang natin ng isang
Yes,
example.
please.
Kasi meron akong pinaka-paboritong lesson na tinuturo ko sa mga tinuturuan kong players, which is more about building bad habits.
Okay.
And yung bad habit na yun is kapag nare-rewardan yung bad habit mo. So for example, sa Valorant, at sa lahat ng mga nakahawakan kong teams, alam nito, lagi itong ginagamit na example. So you know Valorant for sure. Pag nag-pick ka, round 1, nag-pick ka sa isang corner, na pangit yung pick mo, like very careless, hindi ka namatay, nanalo kayo sa round, 100% that you would do is do it again kahit mali yung ginawa mo sa second round. And then second round, hindi ka ulit na-punish. Third round, hindi ulit. Parang eventually, naging tie yung game. Tapos, dun sa last round, na ginawa mo ulit siya dahil akala mo, tama yung ginagawa mo, bigla kayo natalo because you are now then, you were killed because of that bad habit na na-develop dahil you get away with it.
Oh, this is so good. You know why? While you're talking, it like correlated to kung ano yung alam ko. Usually kasi, di ba, the brain works in patterns.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, during that time, you were on a neural pathway. This is your circuit during the
Okay.
time. You're playing like this. This is the algorithm of your brain, right?
Yun yung, okay.
But what you need to understand also is that whatever it is that you have done will most likely be the strongest memory of your brain. So it's also hard to get out. It's also hard to get out of that because that's your prior algorithm.
Yes.
You're still gonna function with that until something happens.
Yeah.
Like what you said, na
Natalo ka
natalo. Kasi walang pit stop. Maybe walang analysis. Na maybe either like that person already had been analyzed, received feedback, but still did not adapt. Because, like what you said, the ego. Because in that person's head could have been like, this is the vision. I'm going to stick to the vision. Right? I know it's going to work. I've tried this before. But this is what I want to say. Yeah, you've tried that before. But during this circumstance, there are also other variables that you probably not have accounted into your formula.
Yeah.
Na dapat in-add, subtract mo din.
Yeah. Because, and hindi ka or you just kept on adding kasi walang stimulus na mali yung ginawa mo.
But also, I understand because, di ba, I worked also with esports teams.
Yeah.
So I would understand na in a team, there is a power imbalance as well. There are, right?
Gandang topic yan. parang isa pang oras ulit na topic yan. Sige, I like that. Power imbalance. All right.
Because, like, there are people that are more assertive. Example, in a team, there are people that are more assertive. There are also people that would just rather listen and follow what the majority of the decision makers like planned out.
Siyang vice president, ganun.
Right?
Okay.
And you know this, right?
Yeah.
Like it's very evident. In any team, there will always be more there will always be people that are more assertive, and will be always people na parang okay na yan.
Followers.
They would follow. You know why? Because they don't want conflict.
Okay. I understand.
Because they probably have like previous experience already before that if they speak out, they learn that like they're gonna get friction from someone else.
Yeah.
So the coping mechanism is to just keep quiet in the future, like future events, right?
Yes.
Right? Big psychology. So then, should there be a policy? Should there be a change in the way things are being discussed, that there should be like an open discussion without any judgment, so that everyone is heard. And this is the thing that I have learned handling esports teams as well, because communication is very important. Oh, sorry, kasi when I'm like thinking, I'm always like speaking in English, but I will try to speak in Tagalog
Yeah.
from time to time.
Okay lang po yan.
Okay lang.
Para sakto din may mga international viewers din eh.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So what I'm trying to say is that communication is very important in esports,
Yeah.
right? Basically, if you have really great communication with your teammates, most likely you're going to be the top team because you're so good at adapting
Yeah.
so fast, because there's no friction in the signaling,
Yeah.
right? You're always just like, go, 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 go. Let's do this. Okay, and then let's do this. If there is a somewhat like unhealthy imbalance in communication within the characters playing, right? Like the players, personality-wise, or like just example, values-wise, or anything in life.
Bagay yun,
Anything
Values,
in life, that creates already a small friction that can be the one that can make or break,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. When you said na sa isang team, ang isang team dynamic na may natural leaders, na may mga nagpo-follow nga, may mas assertive, mayroong mas okay na gagawin ko to because I want to avoid conflict. Do we just generally accept na okay yung ganito? Na, is this what an ideal team is? Parang gano'n, na parang may isang leader and then mayroong mga followers, parang gano'n.
I think it depends on the context. Example, if you have like a really expert player that already knows,
Star player, kunwari. Oh.
that already knows the formula, and then this player is handling like juniors,
Yeah.
just based on the experience of that player versus other players, this star player, that can already add strategic value to the team itself. I'm not saying, though, that that's the only way, because the player still has to take into account the communication process within the team, right? But the other scenario is that, like, it's not always the best, because you need to support each other where you're weak at, right? So the best thing, and I know that it works because I've done it so many times,
Yeah.
is that you create a safe environment for your team to actually discuss things in a professional manner and not take things personally, because you're talking about work anyway.
Ganda.
Right?
Thank you for saying that. Especially the word safe environment. Kasi dito ata, like, leaders can comfortably lead, followers can comfortably follow in that kind of environment. Pero when they are, uncomfortable in their skin, kung paano talaga yung behavior nila, kung ano yung genetic makeup nila para ganun yung kanilang personality. Pag hindi ka nakapag-provide ng safe environment to harness that, parang wala din eh. Like,
Wala, because it does affect the brain chemistry, guys, unfortunately. Because if it's a toxic environment, most likely you're not gonna want to use your body to interact. So your reflexes are gonna be slower, right? I mean, it all ties up to like what you're thinking. Your body follows as well, no? So I would suggest this is how you cure these things, because this is systemic. First, management has to have like a culture policy, right? That there should be like there should be a healthy way of addressing conflicts within the group, because at the end of the day, you're all working together for the same objective, which is to win your games, right? So that means you should be willing to fix things together.
yeah.
Together
Parang
is a key
part siya
word.
na, when you sign up for a team, ito na dapat
It's
understood
part
mo
of your
na,
occupation.
trabaho na siya na maging together.
Yes.
That's
It all started as a hobby, right? But like when you're already playing with high stakes, right? Like someone's investing in you.
Yeah.
You put registration fee already
Ah.
to be in an event, to win. You should take this into account. The time investment, right? You don't want that to go to waste. So you should be willing to to work things out with your group mates,
Yeah.
and then plan it in a way that there's no judgment between against one thoughts. And then once everything is out, you plan together,
Yeah.
right? That's the most efficient and most effective way. What are you gonna do? Keep quiet, but then you throw a game.
Oo.
You better not just like, you just, maybe you can just sit one out, do some therapy, and come back when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm curious though kasi parang all the stuff that you mentioned, parang probably a normal adult na fully developed brain that exists ay kaya makomprehend. Esports, you're dealing with 14-year-olds, especially Mobile
Yes.
Legends, 14, 15 minors, alam mo yun. Usually came from a background na hindi rin sila, upbringing nila kakaiba din. They might have the best parents around pero yung environment nila sa mga barangay nila, they did not grow up in a good scenario. Tapos may mga pandemic kids pa na iba pa talaga yung
Wiring.
experience, yung wiring nila ibang-iba talaga. I'm curious like does this mean na necessity na sa ngayon ang isang coach, I guess, for lack of a better term, or anyone na actually studies itong mga ganitong bagay para hindi mag-implode yung team?
If you have and I think this is we're kind of, I mean, you're heavily into esports. I had my time na heavy. I was like working heavily in esports, and I love esports. I actually make content about esports.
Yeah.
But what I want to say is that the culture is like usually the star players jump from one team to another here and there because they don't like the work dynamics here and there, blah, blah, blah. They don't like the work environment here and there, right? So maybe that could be a standard na from the get-go, there is already a culture na safe for people, for humans to work, to thrive in it,
Yeah.
rather than like traumatize someone,
Tama.
and then the other person doesn't wanna work, doesn't wanna play esports anymore.
That happened many times.
Yeah, the sayang yung talent.
I like what you said kasi speaking of safe environment, nagkaroon ako ng isang podcast with si Coach Yeb, which is now VP of Esports ng Onyx.
Wow.
At so nasa Onyx Indonesia siya. Won 4 straight titles. Diba? 4 seasons yan. And retained most of the players. And you mentioned na ang mga players, diba, lumilipat-lipat. One good offer. Parang you're just one good offer away from leaving a dynasty. Parang ganun lagi. And yung mga players niya nun sa Onyx ay bukod sa magagaling, sikat na din. So parang mataas talaga yung value. Any other team could have offered them. And in fact, madami daw nag-offer. And then I asked them, so paano mo
Bakit
sila
ka nag-stay?
na-keep? Diba? Or, I asked the coach so paano nyo sila na-keep?
It's the culture.
It's the safe, and he used the same word, safe environment. Na parang, bakit, parang iisipin na nung player na parang, hindi, parang sila na yung mismo magde-decide na, hindi na ako lilipat.
Kasi healthy.
Healthy ako dito eh. I thrive here. Parang ganun.
Yeah, and then they can have work-life balance.
Yeah.
Rather than like be in a team na one-sided only, isn't as considerate, diba? You're gonna run into so much friction internally as a person, as a pro player, because esports is just one aspect of your life.
Yeah.
Beside esports, you're still thinking about your family, your relationships, your health, everything like that. If the work environment does not support that, that's such a heavy load on the person, no?
Ganda. And now that we're talking about like safe environment, have you ever, kasi ikaw, you handle the athletes. Did you ever had to fix the management?
Yes.
Kasi, yun. Kasi it's one thing, Hazel, na i-elevate natin yung mga players. Pero meron talagang hard ceiling na dahil ito yung na-define ng management, we abide by these rules, nalilimit tayo. Parang you can only do so much you can only be as creative as possible. Minsan napapaspend ka na ng sarili mong resources just to do this. But if the management is not providing that safe environment, wala rin abot. And so, in your profession, did it ever occur to you na binago mo yung management?
Oh, for
that?
sure. Like, because I'm the expert in health, right? So it's easy for me to just cite research evidence about like why it's not good, why this is better. You know, if you're thinking about longevity, you should go with this one. It's quite easy, especially if you have experts like me working with the team because everything can be explained scientifically.
That's so cool.
Diba?
Naka-inspire, actually, yung part na yan.
Mag-aaral ka na.
Okay. Tsaka, I mean, like, just the fact that you can... Kasi, ang esports, Hazel, mga kids, hindi sila ma-excel. They don't like... They're not data-driven. Interestingly, yung hard data, para mas... Siyempre, mas gusto nila experience-wise eh. Para ito, parang ganun. But, if you ask the right questions, siguro yun lang yung kailangan kong i-develop ngayon, like asking the right questions and then
you get the
quantify
right
them
answers.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great topic actually. Ayan. So, how was what do you recall na parang in-implement mo sa either Bren or sa Naus or even sa amin that you saw na talaga may immediate or parang very apparent na result?
Communication. Dynamics.
So, paano to? Like, what did you... Yeah, what did you do?
Just ask them, what do you want? Don't you want the same thing? And then, so should you be working together? That's basically... This is like, once they realize they're all working for the same thing, there's a window to work together. Friction comes out the window.
May parang Goldilocks spot na ganun.
At the end of the day, it's all about perspective. If your perspective is wide, then your learning capacity or your ability to constantly adapt with people that you work with becomes better and better.
So parang din open ka din no. Parang, wow.
But I understand also kasi esports is so highly emotional. Sobra talaga. Like once you tilt like and that emotions like you get to keep it for days or months depending if na ano. And so, emotional regulation, guys.
And ngayon, isa sa mga nausong trend sa mga athletes natin ngayon, sa esports athletes natin, ang trend of fitness na, alam naman natin, science backed it up naman, parang healthy body, healthy mind. Like, paano ba, how does it actually help na parang, and the thing is, and ito yung siguro malaking hurdle sa esports because time is important. Going and working on yourself you'll spend maybe 2 hours and then you have to wake up early whatsoever, mga ganyang stuff. Like there are hurdles for esports people to be healthy. Unfortunately. Pero like how can we stress the importance nitong physical fitness? Ano na ba yung list na pwede nating simulan para to gear towards physical fitness?
I actually posted about it recently on my IG.
Nice. Okay.
About your brain with exercise versus your brain without it. And then one of the slides there in a carousel was for gamers. And then I said in the study that I read is that just having a 10 to 12 minute walking break between, like gaming already improves your attention span. It rewires your reflexes, improves your cognition. So if you don't want to go heavy first on exercise, you can just start by just like taking movement breaks because it's been proven that it actually helps you when you go back. Why? Why? Let me tell you why. When you move your body, you're pumping more blood to your blood vessels going to your brain. Hence, your brain gets more oxygenated. Hence, you're going to be able to think better because your brain has more nutrients just because your blood is going
To your brain.
exactly, right? Without movement, it's so hard. You get brain fog. You get like a bit like slow
Yeah.
because there's no blood,
Yeah.
like proper blood flow. So you can do that. And if exercise is hard, just do a 10-minute high intensity interval training. That's been proven to improve
Sa YouTube
cognition
na yan,
as well.
guys.
Yeah, HIIT guys.
Oo.
And you're welcome.
Okay. Pero yeah, so it's mostly about pumping oxygen to the brain para ganun. It's more
Nutrients in
Yeah.
general and movement. Because okay, it's just not that it goes deeper than that. Because if example, you do move, right? Like there are certain parts of your brain that gets activated
yeah.
just by virtue of like moving your limbs, doing cardio here and there. Different parts of your brain get activated. Now, when they get activated and you go back to your esports, what happens? Most likely, you're gonna play better.
Yeah. And it's proven. Did you have to like recommend physical activity dun sa mga na-handle mong esports people?
Yes, they know that.
Okay. So ngayon, parang like siguro in between a scream or even sa mga sa mga gusto mag-grind kasi isang bagay na in-implement ko sa sarili ko back then when pa ako, sobrang nag-grind pa ako sa Dota pa ngayon is when I lose 2 games in a row, I will take a break to walk around or reset, play the guitar, push-ups, ay mga ganyan. Basta do something different. And I think it helps me kasi merong I forgot that term pero more parang tilt siya. Ano may parang reverse siya na I really don't know the term dito. Pero parang reverse momentum na, di ba, when you keep on winning, your adrenaline's high, you perform better.
Yep.
Because you're rewarded. But when you continuously lose, may mga parts ng game mo na maganda yung gagawin mo, pero overall, yung decision making mo, pangit talaga. Like, ganun. So, it's like a slump or a reverse momentum. And
So you break the cycle.
parang ganun. I felt like pag may ginawa ko in between, like play the guitar or yun nga, push-ups, pero usually just play the guitar, nagbabago.
Yeah.
So, and what does science tell us about like how to get out of a slump? Kumbaga.
Yeah, that's true. You should do the same thing, like what Wolf does. I also did that for the Olympian I trained that won 2 gold medals.
Okay.
When the person messes up, I'm like, no, stop it. This is a bad brain behavior. Do not reinforce this.
So parang you're saying na pinatigil mo siya
Papatigil
Practice.
ko siya sa specific skill na yan. Maghahanap ako ng iba. I-downgrade ko muna yung demand. Kasi that means nag-cap out na yung brain niya.
Wow. Okay.
Right? Nag-cap out na siya. There's a specific dimension of that task na hindi niya makapture, hindi niya ma-master. Pero, maalala ng muscles niya, maalala ng brain niya. Ayokong reinforce yung circuitry na yon sa utak niya. Papatigil ko. Hanap ako ng iba. Kagaya ng sinasabi mo.
Okay.
Oo.
Interesting kasi, bigla ko lang to naisip, pero applicable siya kasi nagpapaturo ako ng guitar, nagpa-coach ako. Merong specific time na naalala ko, pinatigil talaga ako kasi meron na ako hindi makuha. Iniba yung exercise, kumbaga. Kasi parang sabi niya, tigil mo na yan, kahit magdamag natin to gawin, walang mangyayari. Kasi, and the thing is, in my head, inisip ko, hindi, kailangan ko lang mas mabilis eh. Parang, I know how to do it. Hindi ko lang ma-perform. Kasi siguro, like you said, nag-cap out.
So baka kailangan mo pa ng tulog. Tapos the next day, ma-analyze na ng brain mo habang nagre-refresh siya, habang tulog siya. Yung short-term memory becomes more long-term memory the next day. So, mas may natutunan ka na from that experience. So, I guess, like, it's also important to understand yung expectations mo sa sarili mo para hindi ka masyadong maapektuhan while you're growing as an esports player.
Sorry, hindi ko alam
Go
kung...
lang.
Another question na baka...
Keep asking
that
while you have me.
You can charge... What does science tell us about... Alam mo yung mga games na parang... best 3 out of 5. Nanalo na kayo ng 2-0. The opponent wins game 3 randomly. Parang sabi siya, okay, we're still winning. We just need to win one more game. And then, 4th game happens, you lose. So, it's a 2-2. And usually, ang nananalo talaga sa mga ganun, yung naka-reverse sweep. The team that was down 0-2. So, what does kaming mga casters, we just mask it as momentum yan ng kabilang team. And less pressure on them. It's just the emotions playing out. But I'm pretty sure na there's a deeper...
Yeah.
So, what does science tell us?
Well, this is actually quite easy. I've done this so many times. But what one angle is that the first team that won the first 2, right? We're already mentally prepared to go like hard, right? Adrenaline is there. Now, when you decide that it's like, oh, kampante na, we're winning this, we can get this in the bag, right? That thought process leads you to drop the adrenaline in your system, right?
And you don't notice this.
You don't notice this because it's a subconscious thing, right? Because thoughts also, right? Like, where is it? It's in the brain, right? And the brain, there is a part of it, it's called the hypothalamus, that is also in charge of communicating to your adrenal gland, which pumps adrenaline. And right? So the moment you have a thought process like that, then magbabago na yung brain chemistry mo, right? So what happened to the other team that like started slow? They realized they were slow, and then the pressure made them peak.
Yeah.
Right? The pressure helped them to focus. They became more laser focused, whereas the other one that was first laser focused did not maintain their laser focus.
I see.
Right? So then their adrenaline drops.
Yeah.
The other one was like slow, first gear, second gear, third game, okay, fifth gear. They recalibrated their focus. They recalibrated everything, communication, everything, blah, blah, blah. Whereas the other one, also, it has also to do with like how much attention span these players have. So if they only have attention span for this much, after that, their brain fatigues. Kahit na they do their best, their reflexes were really gonna be slow because the concentration has already been maxed out. So basically, all the good chemicals in your brain have already been used, Meanwhile, the other team has not used them yet, right?
Still have plenty of
Still have plenty. And their emotions also gave them extra boost in
That's mga
unlocking
hormones to or what?
and hormones as well. So the science of all this, guys, it's
It's already written. Somebody found out about it na.
yeah. Yes.
Okay. That being said, kasi ang cliche na sinasabi syempre ng mga coaches is kaya natin to one game at a time, huwag kayo masyadong mataas, huwag kayo masyadong mababa, neutral tayo palagi. And I believe that they mean it in a good way. Parang just maintain our focus para
They want to emotionally stabilize everyone.
stabilize.
Okay.
But what you're telling me is part din doon ang focus at attention span and yung parang tangke natin ng attention. That being said, paano kaya bang i-train
Oo
ang
naman.
attention span?
Oo, kaya.
Okay.
Sobrang kaya.
Okay.
Kaya nga,
Tell me about it.
wait, baka
Yeah.
wala na tayong kliyente.
Yeah, but basically, you're telling me
There's a way. There's so many ways, guys.
so many ways. Okay.
Pero, baka either like a different episode na lang.
Yeah,
or,
it's okay, yeah.
But there are. I mean, again, as I have said, it's all formulated already. Everything has been figured out already. Yan.
Wow. Grabe. Feeling ko after this episode, paggagawan ka ng mga teams dito. If they're listening properly.
If they're listening properly.
Kasi,
or baka dapat paras tayo ng trabaho.
pwede naman. Pwede, let's team up.
Oo, kasi,
Tara na.
oo,
Gina to.
kasi, comfort zone na ito eh.
Oh, let's make an agency na gawa na tayo ng agency na just tackles with this. I'll handle the data. Everything.
Dun ka sa analytics ng
sige.
ng
Ng game.
sports data, ng esports
Okay.
data. Andun ako sa analytics ng
Brain.
ng brain,
Yeah.
ng mental functions,
Let's do it.
ng mga
Ayan.
kung ano.
Hire nyo na kami, guys. It's a complete team na to. Oh. Ilang championships makukuha nyo.
Wala na. For na. Ready na.
Ready na. Ready to go. Plug and play na lang. Ganun. But yeah, no, kidding aside, I think this is great kasi parang it's one thing na mag-isip na parang momentum lang siya, na emotions lang siya. But there's also another, it's always nice to have a scientific way to go about it. But apart from that, dito na, yung tatanong ko na dito is, when does yung alam mo yung mga motivational speakers na talagang raw emotions yung may evoke sa'yo, when do they come in? How important are they? Kasi ito naman, these people operate mula dun sa background nila ng experience. So for example, mayroong isang coach na battle-tested na have seen it all. Maybe did not deal with data science. Maybe just read books, documentaries, attended workshops and everything. That eventually, pinalakas yung yung agency niya with emotions na kaya niya mag-lead ng pack. So, what does science tell us about those kind of people and how important are they sa isang team?
It also, like, words, thoughts, right? They also change brain chemistry. That's
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, imagine
Wow.
the Valorant team before 2021, Bren Esports. I believe they lost consecutively,
Yeah.
right? And then the night before they competed, I was talking to them for 3 hours straight.
Mm.
And then what
Just
happened?
talking.
Figuring things out. Like, and the next day, what happened?
So what you're telling me, nag-skip sila ng training, hindi sila bumarel sa Valorant, hindi sila umako ng computer, they just talk to you.
Maybe they did the scrim, and then the night before, we had like mental toughness training.
Wow. Okay.
So they went out hungry to win.
Grabe.
They got, unleash.
See. Are you telling me na parang the likes of like Josh Mojica or kay Rendon Labrador, you know Rendon?
I'm familiar.
Alam mo yung yung medyo in a way toxic masculine gym rat ka na sabihin, ang hina mo, kailangan mo lang, bobo ka kasi, kaya ganito. does that even work?
It depends. It depends on the personality. I think because I remember David Goggins is like that as well.
Yeah. International to, guys.
Oo. He did Navy SEAL.
Navy SEAL, yeah.
He's a Navy SEAL, and
Very
then
tough-looking guy na
Yes.
talagang
And he's
epitome of Hulk.
yeah, and he's so into physical training,
Yeah.
breaking barriers, one thing after
Yeah.
the other. He also calls out the weaknesses, and it seems to work for other people.
Yeah.
But there are also other people that maybe consider this. Maybe their childhood was already filled with that one, that they're allergic to that type of guidance, right? And they would want a different way.
Yeah.
So you also have to listen to that because everyone grew up differently.
So when you say that, are you telling me na parang it's a job ng coach na to actually know the players to that level?
This is what I can say to this. It's also the job of the coach to keep learning about what's the best practices out there, right?
Tama. 100%.
That's why you're a coach, right? You're supposed to be one of the best out there already. That's why you're coaching,
Yeah.
right?
In one way or another, kailangan mo matuto pa.
Yes. And also, right, it's important for you to know what are the strengths and weaknesses of the players of your team. Because if you just keep pushing them to go with what you want, you're also not taking into consideration so many factors that could come in play that you do not see.
Yeah. Wow. Okay na. Sold. Dami na ako.
Kota na!
Kota na, grabe. No, I think this is a very meaty podcast episode. Gusto pa kitang interviewin. But the thing is, I think you guys, we have to monetize na yung mga learnings namin para sa'yo. Let's just ask you some closing questions na lang din dito. Meron kasi ako nakitang interview. And so ito, there was a part where you guys discussed about confidence in talking to other people. At parang ikaw tsaka interviewer, naglight up yung mata niya. Parang, tapos in-observe ko, bakit? Ano meron kung ang isang atleta ay magaling kumausap ng ibang tao? Like confidence na ganun. Parang importance. And this kind of reminded me na parang nung una kayong nag-lesson sa amin, una nyo rin diniscuss confidence into talking to people. And in our discipline sa talents, it made a lot of sense. Medyo siya, black and white na yes, kapag magaling kami kumausap tao, it really directly affects kung paano kami mag-perform. But when you were handling an athlete na ano man term na? Individual siya, hindi siya team eh. So, technically, hindi niya kailangan kumausap ng kahit sino. Kasi nagpe-perform siya with his body. And now, let's say this is applicable to any other important na, syempre, communication between teammates, important yun eh. Pero I think yung topic niya dun is outside. So, why was this even brought up? And dun sa interview na yun, bakit importante na may confidence into talking to other people?
Because that means that you're comfortable with yourself already, that you can extend who you are to beyond your personal space. Which means that acceptance of yourself is very important, because if you're not comfortable with who you are, you kind of want to hide, don't you? Right? So all the more it limits your options in life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Because we are social beings. We success in our society also entails learning how to communicate with each other in order to get things done.
That's right.
Right? So, which means that you have to learn also how to navigate this realm.
Yeah.
And how do you navigate this realm? It's easy. Learn more about yourself. Because if you keep changing based on external validation to get approval of someone else here and there, blah, 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 it's not healthy for you.
Yeah.
Learn your values, learn what you want out of yourself and out of your life, and then go out in the world reflecting those values. Hence, after that journey within yourself, you're gonna be extremely confident. Easy. Because you're not scared anymore.
And how does this relate to humility and accepting your weaknesses? Kasi meron parang good example dito. Meron isang coach, isang siyang captain that really really like this player. So parang siya, napakagaling talaga niya player. Tapos nag-captain siya. At inaccept niya agad na dahil tinanggap ko tong captain role, mababawasan yung skill ko at hindi ako gagaling sa mga parts na to. Pero sa parts na to gagaling ako. At na-communicate agad yun. But a year before that, in denial siya dun sa weakness niya. Parang napipikon pa siya pag sabi, ay, ganyan, hindi, ganyan, ganito, ganyan.
Parang kilala ko to.
No, baka may example lang sa inyo.
May resemblance.
May resemblance. Pero so how does that relate sa humility and acceptance? And is it generally good na alam natin to on our own?
Well, for one, hypothetically, this person already knew the job description, right? Initially, this person didn't want to accept. But then, over time, this person learned that there are ways there are ways na kailangan pa ma-explore in order to properly adapt to the role.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's easy. Because if you know that you want to grow, learning about your weaknesses is part of the process of growing.
Yeah.
And I want to stress the term strategic because the word strategic is very empowering. Right?
Yeah.
So, take it as strategic growth. Instead of constantly judging yourself from an emotional perspective, which actually doesn't do you so much good because you have to stick to the description of what exactly do you need to do. What you need to do doesn't require your emotions. It requires skills. So build the skills strategically and grow.
Ay, no, parang yung
Mind blown ka na ba?
Yeah, and also I can connect the dots kasi ito si Kobe. There was an interview with Kobe. Parang ganun lang. Parang,
Kobe Bryant?
Kobe Bryant, yeah. Parang tinanong lang siya parang, how do you feel about this, ganyan, blah, blah, blah. It's totally, hindi na mahalaga. Pero, yung nag-stick sa akin na sinabi niya parang question niya, parang yung ang sagot niya is, bakit mo tinatanong niyan? What's emotion got to do with it? Parang yun yung nag-stick sa akin na line eh. Like, ano nga naman, like what's emotion got to do with it? You win, you lose, or whatever. Parang ganun. So parang, when you said na hindi naman emotion yung magpapala sa'yo, but actions and strategy and learning and growth. I think, that really will unleash yung
for
best.
sure.
What's the best in you?
But at the same time, we're humans, so we cannot not have emotions. What I want you guys to just understand is use your emotions
in a good way.
In a good way, and for the best outcomes.
Yeah.
Don't
be clouded by it. Don't think twice.
I think you just need to have a walk or play the guitar.
Oh, pwede.
To
Pwede yun.
Unwind first, unwind.
Yeah, tama.
Yeah.
Totoo yan. Alright. Grabe, napakaganda na usapan na to.
Ako din.
Hindi
ko na-realize na ganito kadami.
1 hour. We already talked for an hour.
Oh, this is the longest podcast ever.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright. So, before I let you go, merong importanteng tanong ang mga gamers natin out there
Hi,
na
Kimmer.
napakasimple lang naman. Like,
Uh-huh.
ano ba ang sasuggest mo na pwede namin easily makakapag-commit kami everyday na magbe-benefit sa aming overhealth para hindi na kami magkaroon ng sciatic nerve problems. Ano ba ang mga pwedeng gawin ng mga gamers na yan, na hindi naman masyadong overcommit pero makakatulong sa amin ng malaki na exercise?
Ano ba yung usual lifestyle? Pagkagising ba, diretso upo?
Oo,
Ah.
100%.
So then, eto yung commitment. Kung sino man yung gustong mag-challenge ng sarili nila when they hear this. The moment you wake up, example, you're gutom ka, okay, sige, you go eat your breakfast. But can you at least do a bit of walking?
Before you eat, parang ganun? Or before anything?
I mean, go eat if you're hungry. You need that to think properly. But at least before you sit down, do a bit of walking.
Yeah.
Right? And instead of eating lunch or dinner agad while you're seated, why don't you do a bit of 5-minute walk ulit? Kahit dun muna tayo mag-start. Pag nakuha nyo na ito, please inform us.
Yun.
And then we'll build another program for you.
You know.
But until you don't do this simple,
5 minutes.
task for yourself, I don't think I'm gonna give anything else. Master the little things first.
Yon. Napakalaking bagay. I learned that a lot sa pagigitara actually. Yan. Yun din. Like, really focus on the little things, yung mga basic stuff that you can do. Kasi bago ka makagawa ng bagay na matindi, kailangan mo muna magsimula sa pinaka-basic. Yan. So, Hazel, how do we, meron ka bang mga gusto i-promote dyan? Like, how do we actually follow your page, what goes on in your life? How can we render your services? Ganyan. Like, this camera.
Okay. So, starting like this week, actually, I've been incorporating a specific slide for gamers on almost every post that I'm putting out there on Instagram. It's called at Mind Coach Hazel, MINDCOACH Hazel. And you will see there are several tips that you can adapt to your lifestyle to become healthier and how to optimize your game in esports. My website is coming out soon.
Nice.
Yes. And you can usually reach me through IG.
Yeah.
And soon I'm gonna have a YouTube channel. But it's still in the works. I'm also building little habits for myself.
Dito ka na mag-studio.
Pwede.
Let's build a studio.
But parang every time may episode na tayo.
Okay yun. Maganda yun. Every week merong let's answer the questions from
We're opening a live episode where you guys can chime in and ask us.
Pwede yun. Or ask Hazel. Ako yung magbabasa, siya yung sasagot. Yeah. Ay, alam mo, meron akong gusto pa rin tanong after our conversation. Very last na to, before we end. You said you're part of the Olympic universe. So, pati sa Paralympics, diba? Which is great, by the way. Great work that you're doing
Thank
out there.
you.
We always root for talaga mga people with with needs. Diba? Kasi basta yun.
PWDs.
Parang yun. So, you mentioned kanina na there was also a discussion about esports. And ano bang view ng international esports, sports world sa esports ngayon?
Oh my gosh. You guys are sitting on gold and you don't even know it yet. Yan.
Ayusin lang natin, wag tayong magsusugal. Charot. Wag tayong mag-inaso at let's just
Yeah,
keep this.
just
So,
keep building our culture here in the
Yan.
Philippines or wherever you guys are in a healthy way,
Yeah.
so it's sustainable.
Yeah.
Esports need to be sustainable for the players, for the teams, for the casters, for everyone
Yun.
that's in our community. You know,
Yep.
as long as we're sustainable, no burning out, no one will leave because esports is fun. Even for me, I love esports. So,
nice. Ayun, basta guys, ano lang tayo. Huwag tayo mag-exploit ng mga tao. Let's not abuse others. Let's just make this a beautiful place for us to thrive in. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, ano bang pwede namin abangan bukod sa YouTube mo, or is that it? Diba?
for now, definitely, I'm gonna be more live on
Nice.
social media because I'm ready now. I'm going out of my introverted shell.
Yun! Yeah, okay,
Yes.
so para natin ang content creator era ni Hazel.
Yes.
Nakita ko may, you're an ambassador of something.
Oh,
I forget
yeah.
about that. So maybe you want to
Oh.
promote that too?
Yes, actually, hi, joyful wellness friends. So when I came back here in the Philippines a couple of weeks ago, I was how do you say it? I became the brand ambassador of Joyful Wellness Philippines. You can follow them at joyfulwellness.ph, I believe, on IG. So their thrust is also educating people on how to be healthy. So if you do have any desire to improve your health habits, you can also get information there that you can apply about nutrition, about lifestyle, about sleep here and there. Or you can share it with your family that needs some support in health.
Yun, okay. So, Joyful Wellness.
Yes, sir.
Search nyo lang yan. At syempre, Mind Coach Hazel on Instagram. And yeah, abangan natin ang kanyang mga YouTube content for now. That's it. Maraming salamat, Hazel. And hope, sana may part 2 to eventually in the
Let us know.
Yun, and, lagay nyo doon yung mga questions nyo.
Yeah, if this is
Masalit natin.
engaging.
Yan.
If it's engaging, let us know.
I'm sure
then
it is.
then he'll call me and I'll be back.
Yun! Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Until the next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.